Hey folks, Mavs Dad here with another watch review. This is the Invicta Pro Diver model number 20478. And before I even get started, I want to let you know I am not a fan of Invictas. So if you have small children, you might want to have them leave the room because you might hear some cuss words on this review. I am not a fan of Invictas. And this review is actually more of a cautionary tale. I want people to stay away from these watches. And I'm going to explain in the video why I don't like these things. There are multiple different reasons. But first, let's go ahead and open it up and see what you get in the case. All right, you've got a international warranty card. You've got a brochure to buy an extended warranty because these watches are crap. Here is a very, very small manual written in like a nano style font. I mean, the font is tiny. Don't know what this is, whatever. Here's the watch. Let me take it off. And let's put all this other stuff over here real quick. All right, what I'm gonna do on the left-hand side of the screen is I'll go ahead and put the specs. I don't even want to put the specs of this thing. I can't stand this thing so much. It's got a 50 millimeter case. It's 15.5 millimeters thick. It's got a 24 millimeter bracelet. It does have a chronograph function, which is next to worthless. It has a date function, which is actually surprisingly legible, believe it or not. It has a Z60 Ronda quartz movement, which is actually a Swiss company that makes quartz movements. This watch is not made in Switzerland. It has Swiss components, which is crap. I think it's actually made in Thailand. It has a flame fusion crystal, which I'm sure is probably crap as well. I mean, it's not even going to be like a Seiko Hardlex crystal or anything like that. I'm sure it's just some really, really cheap mineral glass. So there you go. Now let the bashing begin. Here are the main reasons why I can't stand Invictas. Invictas are phony watches. All right, first of all, this is not a screw down crown. This is a push-in crown. What 200 meter rated watch, which is 660 feet, has just a push-in crown? Okay, no screw down crown, just a push-in crown. Secondly, you have fake screw down pushers at 2 and 4 o'clock. These don't actually screw down. You would think they would, but they don't. They're just for show. These are just pushers right here. These do not screw down. Normally, if you were to have a Seiko or Citizen, if you had pushers at 2 and 4 o'clock and they had screw downs, these would actually screw down to prevent you from pushing the pusher underwater. So there you go. There's another reason. The bezel is probably the hardest bezel I have ever encountered trying to turn. I mean, this thing has next to no grip. It's very, very hard to turn, and it's very, very thin, as you can see. It has this reeded edge, which you think would make it easier to turn, but it's next to impossible to get any grip on this thing for some reason to turn. I'm not even going to attempt to turn it. The sweeping second hand for the chronograph function, show me where it is. I bet you can't, because it blends in so much with all the other chromed out indexes and hands that you can barely see it. You can see the little white pip there. That's the back of the hand, which extends up to here. So if you're actually trying to use this as a chronograph, you're totally wasting your time. You cannot even see the sweeping second hand. The actual second hand for the watch is over here at around 2 o'clock. You can see it moving. That's the actual second hand. This is the sweeping second hand for the crappy chronograph function. All of the indexes are highly, highly chromed. When you glance down at this watch, it's going to take you 4 or 5 seconds to actually see what time it is, because everything is so chromed in it, especially in direct sunlight. It's going to just shine everywhere, and it's going to be really hard to see what time it is. Another thing, you've got a display case back. Who puts a display case back on a quartz watch? Why would you do that? Who wants to see the battery in there? That's just the dumbest thing I've ever seen. I will give Invicta credit for one thing. It does have a very, very nice laser polished case back. And the actual case itself feels very solid. I mean, that's the best part of the watch, is the case does feel very solid. But who puts a display case back on a quartz watch? It's just, you put display case backs on automatics or manual wind watches, not on a quartz watch. It's just, it's stupid. The 9 o'clock dial with the days of the week, because I'm holding it up, you can see them now clearly, but at normal, I guess, wrist, height, when you're looking at your watch on your wrist, those are next to impossible to see. They're very tiny. Now, I don't know if some of this is just because I'm a little bit older and my eyesight's going a little bit. I'm sure that's part of it, absolutely. But this doesn't do it justice as how small the font is on these days of the week. When you're down here and this is normal height to look at a watch, you cannot tell what those days of the week are. It's ridiculous. Again, the hour and minute hands totally blend with everything else. Everything is chromed and blinged out, as you can see. The indexes have a chrome finish around each one of them, and they are applied indexes, but they're all chromed out. There's chromed out rings around the subdials for the chronograph functions and the day of the week. The hands are chrome. The sweeping second hand is chrome. It's just all chromed out. It's all flash and no substance. The case is 50 millimeters. I mean, this is a huge, gaudy looking watch. I mean, I know the trend now is to have bigger watches, but 50 millimeters is just ridiculous to have on your wrist. I mean, it's like wearing a dinner plate. It's a little bit goofy. The Flame Fusion crystal, like I said, is just crap. It's super cheap mineral glass. If this watch is waterproof to 20 feet, I would be shocked. So this, this not sapphire, nowhere near sapphire, obviously. And this is not going to help with the integrity of the watch case if you're actually going to go swimming or diving with this thing, which if you get one, which again, I'm really hoping that you do not take this thing in water, because I've heard horror stories about these Invictas getting water in them, even in a pool or something. Here's the funny part. If you go on Invicta's site, there's an MSRP of $1,495, $1,495 on Invicta's site. If you look at the tag, the tag says $490. If you go to Costco, you can get this thing for $100. That's right, folks, $99 from an original $14.95 sticker price on Invicta's site. And then now it's $490 on the tag, and then you go to Costco, you get it for $100. Basically, Invictas are good for people that don't know anything about watches and what features good watches have. The main case in point are these fake screw-down pushers. The display case back for a quartz watch is just retarded. The size of this thing, the gaudy size of it. I mean, they're just, all Invictas are about style. They're not about function or quality. They're just about style. I mean, Invictas might have, I'm guessing, thousands of different styles of watches. And to me, they're all crap. They're just crap. Normally if I don't like a watch for whatever particular reason, while I don't like its functions or its features or whatever, I don't bash the brand. But I will happily bash Invicta watches. I implore everyone that's looking to get a watch around $100, you can get a much better quality Casio, Seiko, Citizen, or Orient for $100 than this piece of crap. Please stay away from Invicta watches if you can, and learn more about what good watches are supposed to have and what quality, what features, what functions. These things are they're just ridiculous, man. I'm not going to try it on. I'm taking this thing back. This was basically just a cautionary video to let everybody know to stay away from Invicta watches. Like I said, I'm not going to try it on. I'm not going to do a lume test because I know the lume is going to suck as well. I mean, you're not going to get, Seiko's Lumibright on this thing by any means, or even Super Luminova. I'm sure it's some, third-rate lume with one layer applied. It's just, oh God, these things just suck. So the best thing about this watch is this Pelican case that it came in. It's not a real Pelican case, but this Pelican style case. It's kind of a cool watch case. I mean, you could probably use this for other things. I don't know how waterproof this thing is, even when you lock it, which I'm sure it's not really waterproof at all. But so far as marketing goes, they did a great job on the case. Invicta, you did an awesome job on the case. The watch sucks. So anyway, folks, that's it. If you like this video, and I hope this was helpful to anybody that's looking to get a watch for around $100, like I said, you can get a much better quality watch for your money than buying this piece of crap. Please, please don't buy Invictas. I have tons of other reviews of other watches on my site that are worthy of your money. Invicta is not worthy of your money. They're trying to basically scam people, in my opinion. They're trying to get over on you with these fake features and functions, like these fake screw down pushers. You know, they're just crap watches, folks. Please stay away from these. All right, on that note, if you like this video, please click on like, and if you want to subscribe, please subscribe to my channel. I'll put a little reminder of that in the lower right-hand corner. I've got a ton of new subscribers. My channel's really catching on, and I really appreciate each and every one of you. I appreciate all of your comments. I'll put a link to this, even though I don't want to. I'll put a link to this in the description field. Go over to Costco. If you've got to have the gaudiest watch and the biggest piece of crap on the planet, go over to Costco. You can get it right now for $100. Actually, I think it's originally $149 at Costco, and they give you a $50 instant discount for this thing. This will be going back tomorrow, promptly going back tomorrow. So, all right, folks, until the next review, I appreciate it, and I will see y'all later. Take care. Bye-bye.